Hey, it's Casey Orr and Sean Whitfield with iTruckTV.com. It's time for your NASCAR update, and we're going to get you up to speed. It's Casey Orr and Sean Whitfield from Valvoline Race and Radio, and we're keeping you up to speed on iTruckTV.com. This week we headed to Dover for the AAA 400, and Sean, it's a race we go to twice a year, and well, we saw a result that we're used to seeing. In fact, we've seen a record number of them the past few years. That, of course, Jimmie Johnson, Victory Lane at Dover.
That we did. And, of course, you know, it was a little bit different Dover from what we're used to seeing in the past. We're used to seeing this concrete mile racetrack bring out a lot of cautions. We see a lot of bumping and bending up sheet metal and a lot of spin outs in the turns, but we didn't see any of that. We only had 4 cautions during the race, and they were all for debris.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a good run, Sean. Maybe if it was the AAA 425, he could have caught Jimmie Johnson. But same old, different race, same old result.
Just
Jimmie
another
Johnson
chapter.
Becomes, well, actually, he set a record, Sean. He is now the all-time winningest driver at Dover. 8 victories, passing names like Richard Petty and Bobby Allison. That is very impressive, rare air, but it's nothing new for the 48. It seems like every time we talk about him, he's passing somebody's record, and now he gets a victory, and now 3 races into the chase, it's Kenseth a win, Jimmie Johnson a win, and Kyle Busch is just following right there, finishing second, and fifth. Those 3 guys so far have really started the chase out strong.
Yes, they sure have. And let's get right into the results of the AAA 400 at Dover International Speedway. And, of course, as we've been talking here, Jimmie Johnson ended up in victory lane, started in 8th position. In second spot and started out on the Coors Light pole is Dale Earnhardt Jr. He had a good run, second place in the AAA 400. Third, Joey Logano. Third is Joey Logano, 4th Jeff Gordon, 5th Kyle Busch, 6th is Kevin Harvick, 7th is Matt Kenseth, 8th is Ryan Newman, 9th Greg Biffle, and 10th Clint Bowyer. All the top 10 drivers are all chase drivers.
Funny how that happens. Some other chase drivers, Casey Kane finished 13th. Disappointing run for Kurt Busch and the Furniture Row team. They finished in 21st, but the chase driver most affected by Dover was, ironically, concrete Carl Edwards. Didn't do so well on the concrete, Sean. He finished a worse 35th out of all the chase drivers. Really dropped themselves in the standings. Bad run for the 99. All you Danica fans, she actually finished 29th.
And, of course, those 4 cautions were for 21 laps, and there were 19 lead changes among 8 drivers. And that is your results of the AAA 400 at Dover International Speedway.
3 races into the chase. We've already said it. It's a Matt win, a Jimmie win, and Kyle Busch has been right there each and every time. Everybody else, it seems, has had a race where they weren't great or they stumbled a little bit. These 3 guys not only winning races and having top 5 finishes, they have yet to have that bad race.
Yes, and of course Carl Edwards took the biggest hit this past week in the driver's standings, and we're going to move right into that. And these are the driver's standings after the race at Dover. And we got Matt Kenseth still at the top of his game, leading the points standings in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. He is only 8 points now ahead of second place Jimmie Johnson. In third, we have Kyle Busch, 4th Kevin Harvick, 5th Jeff Gordon, 6th is Greg Biffle, 7th Ryan Newman, 8th is Clint Bowyer, 9th Kurt Busch, 10th Dale Earnhardt Jr., 11th is Carl Edwards, 12th Joey Logano, and 13th is Casey Kane.
One look at the standings, Sean, and the top 3 drivers, that's Matt, Jimmie, and Kyle. 12 points separates them, and you got to go all the way down to 39 points between 4th and 5th. Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon. That's how much they trail leader Matt Kenseth. That's almost a full race. It is way too early in the chase to say that anybody's out of it, but you do have to say the top 3 guys have really kind of separated themselves, and Talladega's still out there looming in the distance. Nothing's set in stone until after then, but you do have to say those 3 drivers have had a great first 3 races.
Yes, they sure have. And, you know, something that we don't look at very often that I want to take a look at here is the Manufacturers' Championship point standings. Chevrolet is leading the standings right now, however, only by 4 points over Toyota, and then Ford is coming up in third. But so far, Chevrolet has had 11 wins this season, Toyota has had 13, and Ford has only had 5.
Wow, Toyota up there winning it, and not so great for Ford. Sean, now we head to Kansas, and it'll be race number 4 of the chase.
It sure is. And of course, Kansas always brings on some great NASCAR Sprint Cup racing. And we've got a lot to expect coming up this weekend. Will it continue to be a strong run for Joe Gibbs Racing? Or have we seen where Hendrick Motorsports is going to be the strong contender? We'll keep you up to date and bring you all the latest in the world of NASCAR each and every week right here with Up to Speed on iTruckTV.com. Also, you can join us on Valvoline Racing Radio on Rock 105 in Chattanooga, Tennessee, if you're passing through the East Tennessee area, or you can join us at any time on iHeartRadio and go to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and go to Rock 105. That does it for this week's Up to Speed.
Right here on the NASCAR Update at iTruck TV, where Sean and I keep you up to speed.